Ziyin refined the Dragon Phoenix origin fruit, fully inheriting the bloodline of the Dragon Emperor, which led to a significant increase in strength, but her personality underwent a drastic change. Continuing from the previous chapter, seeing Xiao Yan's audacity, the Sanluo ghost Do Zun's expression darkened as he said, "Xiao Yan, don't be too complacent. The Heavenly Abyss sect is not the only one interested in you." He then turned his gaze to the forest below and said, "If we don't act now, this brat is going to escape again." As soon as the words of the Sanluo ghost fell, a figure slowly materialized and said, "He, Elder Sanluo, rest assured that he cannot escape. I have already sealed the spatial jade slip given to him by Yao Chan." Seeing the familiar figure appearing in the sky, Xiao Yan's heart sank. "Nineth Heavenly Do Zun, even you have come? Xiao Yan, you really have quite the audacity. If you hid in the Falling Star Pavilion, I would indeed have no way to deal with you, but I didn't expect you to dare to come out alone." The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun looked at Xiao Yan with a faint smile. Xiao Yan did not respond with a gloomy expression, but in his heart, he was pondering that the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun's strength was at least at the level of a 7-star or even an 8-star Do Zun. Even if he employed the Skyfire 3 mysterious changes, he could not confront him directly. Moreover, according to what he had said earlier, this space had been sealed by him, rendering the spatial jade slip left to him by his teacher useless. Letting out a gentle sigh in his heart, Xiao Yan did not expect the situation to become so perilous. "Young man, just surrender. Do you really think you can escape from the hands of the three of us with your strength?" The Sanluo ghost Do Zun said in a sinister tone. Xiao Yan sneered, his right palm rotating slightly, a faint golden light spreading across his palm, and the combat energy within him howled to life at this moment. "Do you not want to save your father anymore?" Seeing the golden light in Xiao Yan's palm, the eyes of the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun also narrowed slightly as he spoke. He had personally witnessed Xiao Yan unleashing the grand heavenly creation palm. Even an opponent with the strength of the star-plucking old ghost was annihilated in an instant, thus he was wary of this move. Hearing the cold rebuke from the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun, the golden light in Xiao Yan's palm stagnated for a moment, then he stared at him with a cold gaze. The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun said, "Return to the Soul Hall with me, and you will see your father. If you dare to resist, after I return, I will kill your father." Xiao Yan stared coldly at the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun, but after a moment, he laughed, speaking in a calm tone. "I really didn't expect that as a Nineth Heavenly Do Zun of the Soul Hall, you would resort to such foolish means. I am not a fool. Such threats are useless to me." The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun looked at his calm face, his gaze slightly darkening. He did not anticipate Xiao Yan to be so composed. "Nineth Heavenly Do Zun, this brat is as cunning as a fox and cannot be caught by your ruse. Let's move together to capture him," the demonic flower evil lord said. The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun nodded indifferently, took a light step, and his body instantly disappeared. The next moment, he appeared in front of Xiao Yan like a specter. His fingers curved into a claw shape, directly reaching for Xiao Yan's throat. "Since that's the case, then I will personally take you back by force." Facing the sudden fierce wind, Xiao Yan's face was expressionless, a faint golden light flickering on his right palm, and he punched out fiercely. The collision caused Xiao Yan's body to tremble, and he retreated more than a dozen steps before stabilizing his posture. The demonic flower evil lord shouted, "We cannot let him have time to rest. He has cultivated the heaven-class combat skill, and his recovery speed is extremely fast. If we delay, accidents may happen." Seeing the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun's palm repel Xiao Yan, the Sanluo ghost Do Zun and the demonic flower evil lord also flashed over, shouting loudly, both attacking at the same time, their fierce combat energy roads converging on Xiao Yan. The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun did not object to the Sanluo ghost Do Zun's proposal. Faced with the siege of 2 6-star and 1 7-star peak Do Zun strong enemies, even Xiao Yan began to feel danger. If it were not for his speed and the power of the heavenly flames, he would have been seriously injured by the three people. Xiao Yan's face became gloomy, and the golden light surged on his right palm. With the combat energy in his body continuously pouring into the palm, grand, heavenly creation palm. As the shout fell, a circle of strange black light quickly spread, and at the same time, a powerful suction force erupted from the black light. Affected by this terrifying suction, the speed of the three people of the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun obviously slowed down. They looked at the rapidly spreading black light, and the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun's face darkened, shouting, "Don't panic. Although the Heaven-class combat skill is powerful, the three of us can still deal with it together." Then the three people's combat energy surged, condensed into three huge combat energies, and then flew out and collided with the black light. The extremely terrifying energy slammed together, and a terrible energy storm swept out from the collision, the energy storm spreading, and the black light was really stopped from spreading. The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun slowly raised his head, looked at Xiao Yin not far away with a gloomy look, and said with a twist, "Now I want to see what tricks you have left." Faced with the laughter of the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun, Xiao Yin also showed a sneer on his face, clenched his palm, and four kinds of heavenly flames appeared. "Rest assured, I will not treat you poorly." Suddenly, the sky split a spatial crack, and a burly figure tumbled out of it, shouting at Xiao Yin, "Ah, my brother Xiao Yin, I finally found you." When he saw this familiar figure, Xiao Yin was also stunned and said in surprise, "Brother Hei Qing, how did you come here?" Hei Qing saw Xiao Yin as if he had seen a savior, and hurriedly rushed over and said with a sigh of relief, "There is something to find you. The old guys in the family sent me. Fortunately, Ziyan left a dragon mark on you. Otherwise, I really want to find a death." Xiao Yin frowned slightly. His gaze suddenly turned to Hei Qing, and his voice was heavy. "What can the people of the primordial ancient dragon find him for? Is Ziyan something?" Hei Qing said, "It's not a matter. It's just that I need your help. If you have time, come with me." Seeing the heavy expression on Hei Qing's face, Xiao Yin hesitated for a while, nodded, "I will go with you after I solve the trouble here." "Is there trouble?" Hearing this, Hei Qing came to his senses, looked back, and said in surprise, "It turns out to be the old bastard of the Soul Hall. Do you still remember your uncle Hei Qing?" The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun was slightly stunned. His gloomy face seemed to suddenly think of something. His face changed slightly, and he exclaimed, "You are the Hei Qing of the primordial ancient dragon clan?" Hei Qing said, "My name is also what you dare to call. With your 9th rank status, there is no qualification." Faced with his rude words, the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun's face was extremely gloomy, but he did not get angry, because he knew that the big man in front of him was a very troublesome guy, and even he was not his opponent. "I am the elder of the Heavenly Abyss sect, Sunluo Ghost Do Zun, and Xiao Yin is the target I want to catch from the Heavenly Abyss sect. I hope my friend does not get involved." "What is the Heavenly Abyss sect?" "You guys hurry up and get out of here. I have something to find Xiao Yin. Don't waste time," he said impatiently, waving his hand. Faced with the rude Hei Qing, the faces of Sunluo Ghost Do Zun and the demonic flower Evil Lord suddenly changed, and they shouted angrily, "Dare to disrespect our Heavenly Abyss sect? You are looking for death." Then the two people stepped on the void, and their figures rushed towards Hei Qing like lightning. Seeing the two people who were rushing over, Hei Qing sneered angrily, "Two 6-star Do Zun also dare to shout in front of me." Seeing the two people who suddenly attacked, Hei Qing clenched his fists, and then without hesitation, he made a heavy punch. When the two sides collided, the bodies of Sunluo Ghost and others flew out like a kite with a broken string. Hei Qing clapped his hands after knocking out the two people. His face was full of sarcasm, and then he glanced at the gloomy Nineth Heavenly Do Zun and asked, "Bastard, do you roll by yourself, or let me do it?" "Don't be too arrogant, Hei Qing. Xiao Yin is the person the palace master wants to catch. Do you really want to protect him?" The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun said coldly. Hei Qing narrowed his eyes slightly and said lightly, "I don't care about these. The old guys in the family let me come to find Xiao Yin for help. Since I came, no one can take him away." The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun clenched his palms tightly, took a deep breath to suppress the anger in his heart, knowing that he was not a match for Hei Qing with his own strength. "I don't believe you can protect this kid for a lifetime." The Nineth Heavenly Do Zun snorted coldly, his heart full of unwillingness. He didn't expect to successfully avoid Yao Qian, but attracted the people of the primordial ancient dragon. Since Hei Qing came forward, he understood that it was almost impossible to capture Xiao Yin today. Thinking of this, the Nineth Heavenly Do Zun clenched his teeth. His figure turned into a ray of light and disappeared in the sky. Hei Qing turned his head to look at Xiao Yin and said with a smile, "Are you okay?" Xiao Yin apologized. "I'm sorry to trouble you again." "It's okay. This time it's our primordial ancient dragon clan that needs your help. The specific reason will be known when we arrive at the destination. If there's nothing, let's set off now. This matter is very important, and there can be no mistakes." Hei Qing shook his head, hesitated for a while, and continued to say, "Okay, but can I take my friend with me?" Xiao Yin pointed to Qing Lin behind him. Hei Qing took a look and nodded. Qing Lin put the puppet into his eyes, and then there was only Hua Jin left in the sky. Qing Lin said, "Does young Master Xiao Yin want to let this woman go? If it weren't for her, we wouldn't have been intercepted this time." Xiao Yin said, "There's no time, let's go." Seeing Xiao Yin and his party leave, Hua Jin also breathed a sigh of relief. But just as she was about to curse, Hei Qing suddenly stopped. Without turning his head, he waved his big hand, and the terrifying wind directly broke through the space and fell on Hua Jin. The powerful force made her spit out a mouthful of blood in an instant, and her body slammed into the mountain. "Don't think I won't make a move just because you're a woman." Hei Qing slapped her away and then shook his hand, and then he dived into the spatial crack and disappeared with the crack at the same time. The interior of the spatial crack is a strange passage filled with a faint silver light, extending to an unknown end. Xiao Yin and the other three shuttled for nearly more than an hour, and the speed of Hei Qing in front suddenly slowed down. Xiao Yin looked ahead and saw a faint silver halo looming at the end. The three turned into light and rushed in, and after a blur of sight, it suddenly became bright. "Where is this?" Xiao Yin looked at the land in front of him in shock in the high sky, and it might be more appropriate to describe this land as an island. The area of this island is very large, and there is a bowl-shaped light cover of light silver hanging upside down above the sky, wrapping the entire island. When the line of sight passes through the light cover, Xiao Yin was stunned because it was a dark and chilling void outside. This island actually hangs in the void. It's really a big hand. Even Xiao Yin couldn't help but take a breath of air. No wonder he rarely heard news about the primordial ancient dragon in the Central Plains. It turns out they all live in the void. "Follow me." Hei Qing glanced at the bottom and then landed on a certain place of the island first. Xiao Yin and Qing Lin followed closely. Just as the feet of Xiao Yin and the other three touched the ground, a figure in white robe appeared in front of them quietly. Hei Qing has seen the third elder. As soon as Hei Qing saw the old man in white robe in front of him, he arched his hand and then pointed to Xiao Yin behind him and said, "This is the friend of Zi Yin, Xiao Yin." The old man in white robe said, "Hee, it's urgent to call Xiao Yan's friend. Don't blame us for being presumptuous." Hearing this, the old man in white robe smiled slightly and said to Xiao Yin, "This is the third elder, Zhu Li." The old man in front looks kind, but Xiao Yin dares not to be negligent. He felt an unparalleled pressure from the old man. Xiao Yin said, "Elder Zhu Li is polite. Zi Yin is my friend, and I will naturally come when she encounters trouble. Elder Zhu Li is probably at least a Do Zun peak strong man, and may even have reached the same half-saint level as the teacher. The primordial ancient dragon clan really hides dragons and tigers. I don't know what happened to Zi Yin." Xiao Yin hesitated for a while, and finally couldn't help asking. Mentioning this, Zhu Li fell silent. After a while, he sighed and said, "It's all because of the dragon phoenix origin fruit." Xiao Yan's heart tightened, thinking to himself that it was indeed the case. On the way here, he guessed that this matter might be related to the dragon phoenix origin fruit they obtained in the ancient ruins, and he didn't expect to be right. Zi Yin is the royal blood of the primordial ancient dragon clan. Her father, the king of the ancient dragon clan at that time, suddenly disappeared, and Zi Yin also disappeared. It was only a few years ago that she came to the Central Plains, and they sensed her. Speaking of which, it was thanks to you. Hearing this, Xiao Yin was slightly stunned, seemingly thoughtful. In the Black Corner domain, he not only found Zi Yin but also found a body of the heavenly demon phoenix. Could this heavenly demon phoenix be related to Zi Yan's father? While Xiao Yin was pondering, Elder Zhu continued to explain. The dragon phoenix origin fruit is a rare treasure. It can only grow with a very low probability after absorbing the blood of the ancient dragon and the heavenly phoenix. This fruit can transform the blood of the ancient dragon or the heavenly phoenix, giving them the advantages of both, and ultimately becoming the true blood of the demon king. Since Ziyin brought back the dragon phoenix origin fruit, we decided to let her bear this energy after discussion. First, she is of royal blood, and once she enters the mature period, she can become the new king of the ancient dragon clan, and such blood makes her very suitable. Secondly, she is young and more likely to absorb the dragon phoenix origin fruit. Saying this, Elder Zhu couldn't help but sneer, but the result was a bit unexpected. The energy of the dragon phoenix origin fruit was too powerful, and Ziyan's body couldn't absorb such a terrifying energy at all. So in the end, it led to the materialization of energy. Materialization of energy? Xiao heard this term and asked, "What does this mean?" "Come with me." Elder Zhu sighed, turned around and walked towards a stone hall on the mountain. This hall was built of huge stones, with a towering altar in the center, and a petite figure lying on top of the altar. Xiao Yan's gaze swept over and finally fell on that figure, and his expression suddenly changed. A layer of ice crystal-like strange crystal layer covered every part of Ziyin, and upon closer inspection, it was found that even the inside was occupied by this crystal. Now Ziyin has completely become a crystal person without any signs of life. When Xiao Yan and Zhu arrived in this sky, a dark figure suddenly swept from a distance and then appeared in front of Xiao Yan and the other two. At first, Xiao Yan only glanced at this figure casually, but then his gaze completely solidified, and he couldn't believe it and exclaimed, "How could you be here?" The figure in front of him turned out to be the Iron Sword Dozun, who had gone to the Soul Hall to save Elder Pill with Xiao Yan and stayed alone to stop the Black and White Heavenly Dozun. At that time, everyone thought he was in great danger, but I didn't expect to see him again here. Could that mysterious strong man be Elder Zhu? Xiao Yan's eyes turned, and he looked at Zhu in surprise. After Ziyin left, I followed her secretly, and Elder Zhu said with a smile while stroking his beard, "At that time, I just helped her stabilize the spatial crack, and there was not much help in other aspects. I quite appreciate the character of the Iron Sword Dozun, so after you left, I saved him from the hands of the Soul Hall. I didn't expect that the boy owed Elder Zhu a favor without realizing it," Xiao Yan said with a wry smile. Xiao Yan turned his gaze to the Iron Sword Dozun and said, "Are you ready?" The Iron Sword Dozun nodded slightly. Seeing this, Zhu waved his hand and slowly floated forward, finally stopping in the sky above the mountain peak with white smoke. Xiao Yan's gaze swept down and was surprised to find a huge green tripod suspended at the mouth of the volcano. Through the tripod, he saw Ziyin quietly suspended inside. Elder Zhu said, "Xiao Yan, the fire attribute energy here is very rich, and the power of the different fire will be enhanced here. During this period, the strong men of the primordial ancient dragon clan and I will personally guard this place and will not let any things interfere with you. In addition, refining the dragon phoenix crystal layer is not easy, which will be a time-consuming task, and the consumption of do qi is also very terrible." When Elder Zhu said this, he clenched his palm, and a pale jade bottle appeared in his hand. After feeling it a little, he handed it to Xiao Yan and said, "There are 5 drops of the ancient dragon essence blood that I refine myself inside. It can not only instantly recover the consumption of do qi, but also has the effect of tempering muscles and bones. If you don't continue when refining, take a drop." Xiao Yan carefully took the jade bottle, feeling the vast energy emanating from it. Even Xiao Yan couldn't help but show a look of amazement. He was very clear about the preciousness of the ancient dragon essence blood. This matter is of great importance, and I can't boast. Although the ancient dragon essence blood is precious, I will take it for now. At this time, Xiao Yan didn't make much fuss, and immediately clasped his fist, took a deep breath, and his figure turned into a ray of light, appearing in the sky above the mouth of the volcano. Seeing Xiao Yin preparing to start, Elder Zhu Li's expression gradually became serious, murmuring, "The next thing depends on you." Sitting cross-legged in front of the huge tripod, Xiao Yin looked solemnly at the petite body inside the tripod, took a few deep breaths, and adjusted his mood to be completely calm before slowly opening his mouth. A column of dark purple and brown with a touch of pale white flame sprayed out, expanded rapidly, and turned into a torrential fire that poured into the huge tripod continuously. After the appearance of the different fire, the temperature of the sky instantly became scorching, and the towering trees in the Xinglin mountain also ignited at this moment, and then gathered together under Xiao Yan's perfect control. A huge fire dragon formed instantly in the huge tripod, and Xiao Yan's handprint changed, emitting a light drink. With the fall of the drink, the huge fire dragon flew out and rushed towards the unconscious Ziyin, completely wrapping her body. When the temperature rose sharply, streams of light flew from all directions of Dragon Island, stopping in the sky around the mountain peak. These are all the people of the primordial ancient dragon clan, who seem to know about today's affairs, and Xiao Yin has no time to pay attention to the onlookers around. At this moment, he concentrated all his attention on the huge tripod, and his soul power gushed out from his forehead, completely controlling the temperature of the fire. At this time, Elder Zhu Li was suspended in the sky, staring solemnly at the huge tripod. Suddenly, an old voice sounded behind him. "Zhu Li, do you really think he can refine the Dragon Phoenix crystal layer? You should know what Ziyin represents for our Eastern Dragon Island." Elder Zhu Li slightly turned his head and saw an old man with black and white hair standing behind him. "Don't worry too much, Elder Qiyu. Although there are other people on the mainland who also have the top 10 different fires, the current situation of the primordial ancient dragon is not suitable for inviting those people to help." Elder Zhu Li shook his head and said softly, and Ziyin said before she fell into a coma that she wanted to invite Xiao Yin. Since she can say that, she must have great confidence in Xiao Yin. The old man called Qiyu said, "Now the eldest elder and the second elder are in seclusion. No one knows how long they will come out. Without them, our Eastern Dragon Island's strength is not dominant among the 4 islands." Zhu Li sighed lightly. "It's useless to think about this now. Just wait for the refining to end." Qiyu nodded silently, then took a look at Xiao Yin sitting cross-legged in front of the huge tripod, moved his figure, and slowly disappeared. Then Zhu Li turned his gaze to Xiao Yin and said softly, "Xiao Yin, the future of the primordial ancient dragon clan depends on you." At the huge tripod at the mouth of the volcano, Xiao Yin seemed to hear Zhu Li's whisper. His eyebrows moved slightly, and a soft syllable came out of his throat. The fire dragon in the huge tripod suddenly trembled, and its color changed from dark purple to a strange dark purple. Although the body of the dark purple fire dragon was obviously a circle smaller, the temperature of the flame rose sharply, and even the people of the primordial ancient dragon clan were slightly surprised. The dark purple flame spewed out continuously, adhering to the dragon phoenix crystal layer, and made a sound when they came into contact. The tough energy crystal layer finally appeared a drop of golden liquid in the eyes of many surprises, and the dragon phoenix crystal layer was melting. Although the golden liquid is small, many strong people have noticed it, and the voice of surprise is one after another. Elder Zhu Li also let out a sigh of relief at this moment. Although this is only the first step, but at least it indicates that Xiao Yan's different fire can really melt the dragon phoenix crystal layer. The next thing to do is to wait quietly and wait for the dragon phoenix crystal layer to melt completely. In the blink of an eye, 10 days have passed. In these 10 days, Xiao Yin did not rest, and the dou qi in his body was exhausted twice. But he did not use the ancient dragon essence blood, but relied on the flame mantra, which has evolved into the quasi-heaven class dou skill, to forcibly absorb the surrounding energy. For 10 days, his dou qi has not stopped running, and this perseverance has made the people of the primordial ancient dragon clan admire. However, this method is obviously not sustainable. So when the time reaches the 15th day, Xiao Yin finally can't bear the consumption and takes a drop of the ancient dragon essence blood. With the continuous refining, a month has passed quickly like flowing sand. In this month, All the people of the primordial ancient dragon clan have seen with delight that the dragon phoenix crystal layer on Ziyan's body has become thinner and thinner until it completely disappeared. According to this speed, the dragon phoenix crystal layer in Ziyan's body will be completely refined soon. Just as Elder Zhu Li was about to order people to be quiet, a roar like thunder suddenly sounded in the void. "How dare you break into my Eastern Dragon Island?" Hearing this roar, Zhu Li's face suddenly became gloomy, and he slowly looked up at the outside of the void. Finally, it's coming. The three great dragon kings of the primordial ancient dragon are really big, and they have sent a half-saint and two peak Dozun strong men to attack Eastern Dragon Island. Suddenly, streams of light appeared, and after a while, the light slowly landed outside the ancient Dragon Island, and the strong figures with vigorous breath were revealed. They were people from the West Dragon Island and the South Dragon Island. Seeing these figures, the ancient Dragon Island immediately sounded angry. "How dare you lead people to break into my Eastern Dragon Island? It's really great." In the sky, figures appeared one after another, led by the previously talked to Elder Qiyu. "Qiyu, old man, don't get angry with me. I'm just here to follow orders, and I want to invite the adults with royal blood to sit in the West Dragon Island." A big man in dark gold armor walked out of the void, took a look at Qiyu inside the protective cover and laughed. "I'm afraid the West Dragon King wants to detain the royal blood on the West Dragon Island. He is just a branch of the royal blood, and now he dares to call himself the Dragon King, not afraid of self-destruction." The big man called Xiao said lightly. "Now the ancient dragon clan is divided into four. No matter what, the West Dragon King also has royal blood, which is more appealing than you with ordinary blood. To tell the truth, Eastern Dragon Island really should not exist among the four islands. Only you do not have the leadership of the royal blood. This kind of existence will not be recognized." Xiao said, "Recognition is not up to you to comment. The primordial ancient dragon clan has no Southeast and North Dragon Kings. Only the former Dragon Emperor, and other people are not qualified to implement the clan rules." Qiyu said, "I don't want to talk nonsense with you. Old man, hand over the person with royal blood." Qiyu's face was slightly cold, and the terrible energy quickly gathered in his palm. Seeing Qiyu getting ready, Xiao waved his hand, and then the figures in dark gold dragon armor slowly moved forward, and the powerful pressure spread to Dragon Island. In the depths of Dragon Island, Elder Zhu Li looked at Xiao sitting cross-legged in front of the huge tripod and said in a deep voice, "You must protect Mr. Xiao well, and must not let him have any accidents." His voice fell, and he appeared in front of Qiyu again. He looked up and looked at the figure in front of him calmly. "The Dragon Armor Army of Shi Dragon Island, the Savage Dragon Army of Southern Dragon Island, the elite warriors of the two islands have all been dispatched. Elder Zhu Li is really something. I hid on the side and was still found by you." The dark void twisted, and an old man in shabby clothes appeared, smiling at Elder Zhu Li. "Elder Zhu Li, hand over the person. The primordial ancient dragon clan has already been divided, and it has become difficult to unify again. The three great dragon kings will not allow this kind of thing to happen." Man Yin sighed and said in a deep voice, "You think Eastern Dragon Island is easy to bully. If it were not for the elders and the second elder in seclusion, would you three islands dare to come to our Eastern Dragon Island and show off?" A figure suddenly rushed to the sky and shouted loudly. He was the Hei Qing. "Hei Qing, you are still this annoying bad temper." Xiao glared at him, then turned to Man Yin and said, "We have no extra time to waste. Let's do it." As soon as the words fell, the dark gold dragon armor on Xiao's body burst out with dazzling golden light, and a powerful aura like a storm emanated from his body. "The Dragon Armor Army is on the move." Then he waved his hand, and the dragon armor warriors behind him let out a fierce drink and rushed into the ancient dragon island like a stream of light. "Do it." Seeing this, Man Yin also sighed and said. Upon hearing the order, those figures with bare upper bodies nodded in response and rushed into the ancient dragon island. "Stop them." Elder Zhu Li's command was passed, and the ancient dragon island burst out with a series of blurred figures, and the strong aura almost instantly swept across the sky. The dull collision sound and the loud noise of energy explosion echoed in the sky. "Hei Qing, you go to protect Xiao Yin. We will handle this. Elder Zhu Li immediately said to Hei Qing, Elder Zhu Li, let me fight with you. I haven't seen you for many years. I don't know if you have broken through to the level of Dozun. Man Yin smiled at Zhu Li and suddenly appeared in front of him, and the terrifying energy immediately filled the air. As Dragon Island fell into fierce combat, the depths still maintained a kind of tranquility. In midair, Hei Qing looked solemnly at the inside of the huge tripod, and suddenly a burst of wind came from the distance, and a dozen extremely strong breaths rushed over like lightning. Stop them. Don't let them disturb Xiao. As soon as Hei Qing's voice fell, figures rushed out from the surrounding mountains and intercepted those people from a distance. The visitors were stopped, but Hei Qing's expression was still not very good. He knew that since the southwest two islands had received the news, the last North Dragon Island would definitely come to make trouble. He stared tightly at the thin young man sitting cross-legged in front of the huge tripod, muttering to himself, Xiao, hurry up. As for the chaotic situation outside, Xiao sitting cross-legged in front of the huge tripod seemed not to notice. His eyes were full of blood, staring stiffly at the inside of the huge tripod. His stiff palms were making gestures, controlling the temperature of the huge tripod. Nearly more than a month of staying up all night. Although Xiao insisted, the consequence of insisting was that his brain had become chaotic. Hei Qing stared nervously at Xiao with disheveled hair. This guy is really ruthless. If this time can completely solve the matter, I will take you as a brother. You let me fight who will fight who. As soon as Hei Qing's voice fell, a loud noise suddenly came from the distance, followed by a strong breath rushing over like lightning. The four commanders of the Dragon Armor Army, Xiao, saw this person, and Hei Qing was slightly stunned, then clenched his fist fiercely, and directly punched out fiercely. The only quiet place also became chaotic at this moment. But for all of this, the thin figure sitting cross-legged in front of the huge tripod was still as calm as still water. The two figures fiercely crossed, and I didn't expect you to have entered the half-saint rank now. Man Yin stepped back a few steps and stared at the front of Zhu Li and said in a deep voice, Don't resist in vain, just hand over the person. Hearing this, Zhu Li sneered, If it weren't for our Eastern Dragon Island to be incomplete at present, let alone you, even the 3 great dragon kings would not dare to come here easily. As soon as Zhu Li's voice fell, a light laughter suddenly came from the void, and his face suddenly became ugly. Has Bay Dragon Island finally appeared? Under Zhu Li's gaze, a green light suddenly lit up in the void, and then the green light quickly grew larger, and figures with a mighty aura appeared in the sky above Dragon Island. It seems to be late, but fortunately, I haven't missed the main event. Zhu Li looked at the old man in the green robe, and his heart sank. The 3 great dragon kings were indeed not small, and they actually sent a half-saint and 2 peak Dozun strong people. The old man named Qing appeared and first glanced at Zhu Li with a gloomy face, then turned his gaze to the depths of Dragon Island. Elder Man Yin, the adult with royal blood will be taken away by me personally. As soon as the words fell, his figure turned into a light and rushed towards the depths of Dragon Island. Zhu Li was furious when he saw this, but before he could catch up, Man Yin blocked him in front. And while Zhu Li was fighting with Man Yin, the old man named Qing appeared around the mouth of the volcano. He glanced at Xiao sitting cross-legged in front of the huge tripod, and when he was about to make a move, a figure suddenly appeared in the distance, which was the iron sword Dozun. Seeing Qing being blocked, he frowned slightly. With his strength at the peak of Dozun, he would not naturally put the iron sword Dozun in his eyes. An energy storm struck quickly, and the iron sword Dozun spat out a mouthful of blood and fell heavily into the forest below. I don't know if I'm going to die. After waving away the iron sword Dozun, Qing sneered, Such strength also dares to appear. It's really looking for death. However, Xiao seemed not to hear his voice. Another guy who is looking for death. Qing's footsteps slowly stopped beside Xiao and said. Seeing his appearance, he shook his head, then slowly raised his palm and mercilessly smashed it towards the top of Xiao head. Just at the moment when Qing's palm was about to hit, the girl's closed eyes suddenly opened, and a cold voice containing infinite prestige resounded in Qing's ears. like a soul thunder that instantly made his body solidify. If he hurts a hair, you will pay with your life today. A not very loud drink suddenly resounded in Qing's ear. But at this moment, the former's soul trembled violently, because there was an irresistible prestige in the drink. This prestige comes from the soul, from the pure royal blood. Qing did not hesitate at all. His toes tapped the void, and his body suddenly retreated. Suddenly, a purple gold ribbon shot out from the huge tripod, and in the blink of an eye, it hit Qing's body and exploded, causing his body to fly out in a mess. When Qing was shaken, Xiao and others who were fighting with Hei Qing all changed their faces, and they hurriedly looked up at the huge tripod at the mouth of the volcano. I saw a figure looming there, and when they saw it emerge, they clearly felt the blood in their bodies boiling, and under the drive of this boiling, they almost couldn't help but kneel in the sky. The real royal blood has completely awakened. Hei Qing murmured excitedly, and under the gaze of many people, the flames burning in the huge tripod gradually went out, and a slender figure slowly appeared in front of everyone. The woman who appeared at the moment was wearing a purple gold dress, with dragons and phoenixes dancing on the dress, and her purple long hair fell down like a waterfall. Now Ziyin is no longer the little girl she was at the beginning, but has become a mature girl who is a beauty in the country and the city. People were first stunned by Ziyin's noble breath, and then their gazes gathered behind her, where a pair of purple, gold wings about 10 feet long were gently flapping, and the vibration actually faintly transmitted the sound of wind and thunder, which was shocking. Tianhuang wings, ancient dragon body. Hei Qing looked at the purple gold wings behind Ziyin and said excitedly. A moment later, he finally knelt in the sky. Welcome, Dragon Emperor. The strong men of Eastern Dragon Island also knelt on the ground in an instant, shouting in unison, Welcome, Dragon Emperor. Xiao, Qing, you are so bold, and you don't kneel when you see the Dragon Emperor. Hei Qing turned his head and shouted angrily at Qing and others. Hearing this, the two of them looked at each other, and with a stiff head, they said, I have seen the Dragon Emperor, but after all, we belong to the Dragon King's magic, and we will come to see the Dragon Emperor later if we have time. After saying this, they did not dare to stay any longer, and Hei Qing saw them turn around and was about to chase. But Ziyin waved his hand slightly. Then she appeared in front of Xiao like a ghost, looking at the latter's bloodshot eyes and stiff palms, and there was some fluctuation in her purple gold eyes that contained infinite dignity. Rest first, you have worked hard. Ziyin gently touched Xiaoyan's forehead, and a rich purple gold light surged out from her body, quickly penetrated into Xiaoyan's body through her fingertips. In the blink of an eye, the latter was wrapped in purple gold light, and the bloodshot eyes slowly closed. Dragon Emperor, thanks to Brother Xiaoyan's sleepless efforts during this period, the Dragon Phoenix crystal layer in your Majesty's body can be dissolved. Hei Qing stepped forward and said respectfully, I know. Ziyin nodded gently. Her character seems to be completely different from before, cold and proud, with a kind of noble breath that compares with the world. Under this breath, even Hei Qing did not dare to regard her as a naughty little girl anymore, but completely regarded her as the new Dragon Emperor of the primordial ancient dragon clan. Take good care of him and let him rest well. The matter of Dragon Island will be handed over to me. Hei Qing hurriedly helped Xiao and then quickly retreated. With Hei Qing and others leaving, Ziyan's purple gold eyes turned to the ancient Dragon Island shrouded in war. With a gentle flap of her wings, her body instantly appeared in the high sky. The rich purple gold light spread from her body and spread to every corner of the ancient Dragon Island like ripples in water. People sighed, what a strong blood pressure. Even the 3 great dragon kings do not have such pressure. It is really the Dragon Emperor. Under the purple gold light, the battlefield on the ancient Dragon Island suddenly calmed down, and everyone's faces showed a shocked expression. Mannion looked at the sky in surprise, and under the purple gold light, the dragon claws and dragon arms on his body began to degenerate rapidly, and in a moment, he turned back into an ordinary old man. It really succeeded. Elder Julie looked at the figure in the sky in a daze, and after a while, he was excited and slowly knelt in the sky, The primordial ancient dragon clan finally has a dragon emperor. On the sky, the ground, and the mountains, figures knelt down respectfully at this moment, and even some of the weaker, strong people from the 3 islands knelt down after hesitating for a while, unable to resist the blood pressure. The ancient dragon clan does not kneel to heaven or earth. In their hearts, the real god is the dragon emperor with the complete royal blood. Today's matter has completely failed, with the dragon emperor sitting in Eastern Dragon Island, and the elite of the other 3 islands have no combat power at all. Man Yin and Xiao looked at each other, and at this moment, they both felt heavy. Leave Eastern Dragon Island with people within 10 breaths. Amidst the 2 people's sighs, a calm but irresistible majestic voice came from the distant sky. Hearing this, Man Yin and Xiao smiled bitterly, and then without stopping, they hurriedly flew towards the void with many figures. The people from the other 2 islands also followed one after another, without any hesitation. Ziyin said, "Go back and tell the 3 great dragon kings that the primordial ancient dragon clan has only had a dragon emperor since ancient times, not a dragon king. Their trace of royal blood, the emperor will take back personally." The figure filled with purple gold light said again. When this fell into the ears of Man Yin and others, their bodies couldn't help but tremble. The new dragon emperor seemed to be angry because of the arrogance of the 3 great dragon kings. In a spacious room, a person was lying quietly. Then his eyes trembled slightly, and he opened them with difficulty. "Where is this?" He sat up from the bed and looked around in confusion. He remembered that he seemed to be refining the Dragon Phoenix crystal layer for Ziyin, and Dragon Island seemed to have been attacked. Thinking of Ziyin, Xiao Yin was shocked, and his hands pressed on the bed, and he was about to sit up, but he heard a crack, and the hard bed was actually crushed into powder by him. What's going on? Frowning slightly, Xiao Yin rolled up his sleeves and found that under his skin, there was a faint purple gold color, which looked like metal, giving people an extremely hard feeling. Just as Xiao Yin was confused about the changes in his body, the closed door was pushed open, and 2 people came in quickly. "Mr. Xiao Yin, you are finally awake," Elder Julie said. Seeing the old man who came in and the Hei Qing behind, Xiao Yin hurriedly stood up and bowed to them. "We can't accept such etiquette." Elder Julie smiled and nodded. Xiao Yin asked, "What about Ziyin?" The elder said, "The Dragon Emperor is in seclusion, and the energy of the Dragon Phoenix origin fruit in her body has not been completely absorbed. This time, it may take a considerable amount of time." Hearing this, Xiao Yin nodded, but he was a little disappointed in his heart. He couldn't see the little girl, and he was always worried. Xiao Yin touched his arm and suddenly hesitated and said, "It seems that something has happened to my body." "Hee, have you noticed too?" Elder Julie said with a smile. "This was done by the Dragon Emperor. She injected a trace of Dragon Phoenix power into your body and activated the ancient dragon essence blood you took that day, thereby greatly enhancing your strength. The toughness of your body is now not inferior to some of the magical beasts who have reached the Do Zun level." Xiao Yin was surprised in his eyes. No wonder he felt something was wrong. It turned out to be so strong. The Dragon Phoenix power is not as simple as you think. You concentrate and urge the unfamiliar power in your body to see what will happen, Elder Julie said mysteriously. Hearing this, Xiao Yin nodded, and as he urged this energy, he was shocked to find that every part of his body, except for the head, was covered with countless purple gold dragon scales. These dragon scales cover Xiao Yan's body, just like an indestructible armor. This is the dragon scale clothes, a defensive skill that all the people of the primordial ancient dragon clan have, but yours is different because it is the highest level of the Dragon Phoenix ancient armor. Elder Julie looked at Xiao Yin, who was surprised and said with a smile. The elder continued, "This Dragon Phoenix ancient armor is a good thing. With it and your own strength, even if you take a punch from the 9 heavens Do Zun of the Soul Hall, it will only be a minor injury." Hei Qing, who was on the side, said with a bit of envy in his tone, "It is indeed a good thing." The shock on Xiao Yan's face gradually subsided, and he curiously clenched his fist, and the feeling of indestructibility in his heart became clearer. After playing with this ancient armor for a while, Xiao Yin turned his head and asked with some doubts, "By the way, where is Qing Lin?" "Hee, That little girl has the soul of the ancient heavenly snake in her body, and it is the most ferocious nine-headed heavenly snake. Even if that little girl can control it with the azure serpent triflower pupil now, as the power of the nine-headed heavenly snake gradually recovers, it will inevitably counterattack its master. Elder Zhu Li stroked his beard and continued with a smile. But that little girl is your friend, and we will naturally help. So not long after you fell into a coma, we let her go to the ancient dragon tomb for cultivation. It is the place where the ancient dragons rest, and it is enough to suppress the soul of the nine-headed heavenly snake, so you don't have to worry. When that little girl completely refines the nine-headed heavenly snake, her strength will also improve rapidly. Hearing this, Xiao nodded silently, pondered for a while, and said, "Since that's the case, then stay on the ancient dragon island for a while longer." Then he suddenly asked, "Elder Zhu Li, I don't know if there is a place where thunder gathers in the void outside the eastern dragon island." His celestial demon puppet was destroyed by the strong of the heavenly abyss sect and was almost scrapped. To repair it, he can only rely on the power of thunder, but to attract the thunder, at least 7 or 8 grade pills are needed, which is too troublesome. Hearing Xiao Yan's words, Elder Zhu Li was slightly stunned, and after a moment, he slowly nodded. There is indeed a place where thunder gathers in the void near the eastern dragon island. In the dark void, a huge figure suddenly appeared, approaching gradually, and it was a huge black dragon with Xiao Yan sitting cross-legged on the top of his head. It is the primordial ancient dragon that can fly freely in this void. Xiao Yan looked at the retreating void on both sides and couldn't help but exclaim in a low voice, "Xiao Yan, brother, it will be able to reach the void thunder pool mentioned by the third elder soon." As Xiao Yan was talking to himself, the huge black dragon suddenly spoke, and the voice turned out to be Hei Qing. Xiao Yan nodded slightly, and his heart was also full of expectation. The so-called Void Thunder Pool is a place where thunder gathers, as mentioned by Elder Zhu Li. It is said that the space in this place is very peculiar, emitting a powerful attraction, causing a lot of energy to gather chaotically here, and finally forming countless thunder. After Hei Qing reminded him, his huge body shot out like lightning and disappeared at the end of the void in the blink of an eye. Xiao Yan saw a faint silver luster appearing at the end. "Is it here?" He was moved in his heart, slowly stood up, and looked at the scene in front of him with a look of shock. What appeared in front of Xiao Yan was a huge lake, almost 1,000 feet long. However, this lake is not filled with ordinary water, but is filled with a dazzling silver thunder light, which is a thunder pool formed by real thunder. "Sure enough, it is a dangerous place. Are you sure you want to cultivate here?" Hei Qing looked at this vast thunder pool in surprise, and the energy here even made him feel frightened. Xiao Yan nodded with a smile. With this thunder pool, he believes that he can not only completely repair the injuries of the celestial demon puppet, but also other 10 demon puppets can quickly improve their strength by this. If it really reaches that step, then Xiao Yan will have 11 celestial demon puppets in his hands, which is equivalent to having 11 strong people at the level of Do Zun, which is quite strong. "Brother Hei Qing, I'll go in first, and I'll send a signal if there's anything." Thinking of this, Xiao Yan couldn't wait to say to Hei Qing with a smile. Then he stepped on the tip of his foot, and his figure rushed out like lightning. The different fire also surged out at this moment, completely wrapping his body. When he rushed into the thunder pool, many thunders attacked him like silver snakes, but as soon as they touched the different fire on his body, they would burst out a subtle hum and then disappear. Although the power of thunder is strong, it is still overshadowed by the different fire full of destructive power. Xiao Yan saw that the thunder pool did not become violent because of his entry, and he breathed a sigh of relief, feeling the power of thunder around him. After a little hesitation, he raised his foot and walked towards the depths of the thunder pool. After walking nearly 100 feet, he stopped. If he goes deeper, the power of thunder may become more terrifying, and even the different fire may not be able to resist it. With a decision, Xiao Yan did not hesitate any longer, sat cross-legged, and waved his hand. The bruised and battered celestial demon puppet appeared, and then was pushed to the place where the power of thunder was converging not far away. As soon as the celestial demon puppet flew out, the surrounding thunder seemed to be attracted by something, and suddenly turned and crazily bombarded it. However, These seemingly violent thunders disappeared instantly in the thunder pool as soon as they touched the body of the celestial demon puppet, just like encountering a sponge. A huge thunder that is nearly 10 or even dozens of feet high is all crazy and violent at this moment, causing a loud thunderous sound to bombard the celestial demon puppet. Under the crazy bombardment of thunder, the dim body of the celestial demon puppet actually gradually became brighter at an extremely slow speed. According to this speed, it should be completely repaired within half a month. Looking at the celestial demon puppet wrapped in the bright thunder, Xiao smiled slightly. He stepped back a little and suddenly flicked the ring, and 10 demon puppets appeared beside him. Xiao said in his heart, "I don't know if I can strengthen them to the realm of celestial demon puppets here. If the 10 celestial demon puppets plus the original one form an array again, I don't know what level they will reach in the end."